In the icy breath of the Ice Age, a creature roamed the vast frozen plains that stretched across the northernmost reaches of the Earth. Towering at nearly 11 feet tall, with shaggy fur thick enough to protect it from the brutal winds of the tundra, the woolly mammoth was a living testament to the wonders of nature's adaptation. Its massive, curved tusks, as long as a grown man is tall, scraped the surface of the snow in search of hidden grasses, shrubs, and the rich vegetation buried beneath the cold. This was a creature built to endure, a marvel of evolution. For thousands of years, the woolly mammoth thrived in the vast, treeless landscapes of the Pleistocene epoch. It was a time of shifting climates when mammoths and other giant beasts like mastodons, saber-toothed cats, and giant ground sloths roamed freely across what we now know as the Northern Hemisphere. The mammoth's environment, the mammoth steppe, was a vast stretch of land covered with grasses, wildflowers, and moss, far from the ice-bound world we think of today. The cold, dry conditions were perfect for these giants, who were not only adapted to withstand frigid temperatures, but also to find food where others might starve. With their powerful tusks, woolly mammoths could tear through snow and ice to reach the grasses buried beneath, their diet supplemented by the hardy shrubs and small trees that grew in their vast territories. They traveled in herds, guided by the wisdom of the oldest female, a matriarch who led them across the land with knowledge passed down through generations. Together, they would brave the storms, the predators, and the harsh winters, bound by a strength and unity that had allowed them to thrive for millennia. But change was coming. As the climate shifted, so did the mammoth's world. The glaciers, which had once stretched across the Earth, began to melt, bringing warmer temperatures and transforming their lush grasslands into forests and tundra. The great steppe that had once been home to these creatures began to shrink, its grassy plains overtaken by trees. It was no longer a world suited for the mighty mammoth. Meanwhile, humans, ever the opportunistic hunters, began to spread across the land, driven by the need for survival. They hunted mammoths not only for food, but for their hides, bones, and tusks. Slowly, their numbers dwindled. The last known population of woolly mammoths lingered on Wrangel Island in the Arctic Ocean, isolated from the rest of the world by rising seas. It is said that these mammoths survived in this frigid isolation for thousands of years after their mainland relatives had vanished. But like all things, they too succumbed to the forces of nature. Around 4,000 years ago, the last of the mammoths disappeared, taking with them a chapter of Earth's ancient story. Or so we thought. In 1799, a peculiar discovery was made in the frozen soil of Siberia, the preserved remains of a woolly mammoth encased in ice, its massive tusks jutting out from the frozen ground. It was the first of many such finds, and from that moment on, the story of the woolly mammoth would captivate the human imagination. These fossils, many of them remarkably well preserved, offered scientists their first real glimpse into a creature that had roamed the Earth thousands of years before. But the story didn't end with the fossils. Fast forward to the 21st century, and science, which had once only dreamed of resurrecting the past, began to make real strides in the field of genetics. Advancements in DNA extraction techniques have allowed scientists to unlock the secrets of the woolly mammoth's genome, preserved in the frozen remains of these ancient giants. Using technology like CRISPR-Cas9, a powerful tool for editing genes, researchers began exploring the possibility of not cloning a woolly mammoth, but creating a hybrid, a creature with the characteristics of the mammoth but born from the genes of a modern elephant. The process was not simple. Woolly mammoth DNA, though well preserved in some specimens, was fragmented and incomplete. It was a jigsaw puzzle with missing pieces. But scientists, comparing mammoth DNA with that of the modern Asian elephant, began to identify the key genes responsible for traits like thick fur, fat storage, and cold resistance. The goal was to insert these mammoth genes into the genome of an elephant, creating a creature that could survive the cold Arctic climate, a modern mammoth. But what would this hybrid look like? Would it truly be a mammoth in all but name, or would it be something new entirely? Some researchers, like those at Colossal Biosciences, envision a day when such creatures could roam the tundra once more. Perhaps not as a full resurrection, but as part of a grander vision, the rewilding of the Arctic, restoring the ecosystems that existed during the Pleistocene. The idea is that these hybrid creatures could help transform the Arctic tundra back into grasslands, creating an environment that absorbs carbon and fights against the warming climate. A step toward preserving the planet as it once was. Still, questions remain. Could such hybrids really thrive in today's world? Would their presence be an ecological boon or a misstep that disrupts delicate ecosystems? And what about the ethics of bringing back an extinct species, especially one through genetic engineering? The debate continues. Though woolly mammoths may never walk the earth in their full, unaltered form, the journey to bring them back is a testament to humanity's deep fascination with the past and its unyielding curiosity about what might be possible. As scientists continue to unlock the secrets of ancient DNA, we are forced to reckon with the question, if we can bring them back, should we? For now, the woolly mammoth lives on not in the wilds of the tundra, but in the fragments of its DNA, in the wild dreams of scientists, and in the imaginations of those who long to witness the return of one of Earth's most incredible creatures. Their story is far from over, and perhaps someday, we'll catch a glimpse of a creature that once walked the Earth long before us. A hybrid mammoth-elephant, standing tall in the snow, just as its ancestors did so many millennia ago. We want to hear from you. What do you think about the idea of bringing woolly mammoths back to life? Would you support efforts to resurrect them through genetic engineering? Or do you think we should leave the past in the past? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. We'd love to hear your opinion and continue the conversation about these fascinating creatures and the science behind their potential revival. Subscribe for more amazing stories. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of woolly mammoths, don't miss out on more captivating articles, updates, and insights into the wonders of science and history. Hit the subscribe button and join us on this exciting journey to explore the mysteries of the past, the wonders of the present, and the possibilities of the future. Stay informed and inspired. Subscribe today.